Hi, Candace. This is Dr. Macedonia. I just wanted the opportunity to record a video just going over some expectations around internship requirements. So first off, as I shared in your email, I am providing you a lot of kudos with completing all of the logs and making sure that they're detailed and accurate. So I was able to look through all those, and I appreciate even having these types of dates, including early releases and no school, etc. So the log of hours, you're definitely on track with that. I wanted to go over the additional requirement that we reviewed when we first met in terms of your weekly reflections. So as we talked about in that conversation, the two things that you have to focus on weekly are your log of hours and then the weekly reflection form. So again, like I just wanted to reinforce some of those expectations around those weekly reflections, because again, your weekly reflections are a huge part of your internship as you are actively reflecting on your practice and building your capacity as a special education teacher. So within this weekly reflection, there are detailed directions with completing the form, but I just wanted to reiterate some of these important things so that there isn't any confusion as you're completing your logs. So this is the form itself. We talked about it. You could use Microsoft Word. You can upload this to Google. Whatever your preferences is fine with me, but you'll notice that the five big standards, for example, instructional planning and strategies, each standard is bolded and is in red. So under each standard, you are going to write a narrative reflecting on this standard. You are also going to mark the elements that you either practiced or reflected on for this week. So you can highlight it. You can do one, you could do multiple. There is really no number that we're looking for here. So I just provided just a little example about writing a narrative to reflect this standard and then marking the elements. So again, you would be reflecting on each standard. So across the five standards, you would write a narrative as well as marking which elements that you either practiced or you're actively reflecting on. At the bottom of this form, you'll see comments where this could be anything additional that you feel is pertinent to your internship. So you could talk about collaboration with your staff that went really well, that kind of goes beyond this standard. Or even if you thought that you had a really productive IEP meeting and really built strong collaborative partnership between the family, you can talk about that. So this is just a way to enhance any other areas that you want to really reflect on. And then I'm also going to write some sort of summative statement. So what you would do is after you complete each weekly reflection, you would send it to me via email, and then I would write comments throughout the document, as well as down here for university supervisor feedback. I would send this back to you, and then you would upload it to Blackboard under forms within the internship. And these directions, again, are outlined on this form. So just to give you an example, so again, you see a narrative under instructional planning and strategies. The elements are marked. And then you see that there are little highlights. This is just where I inserted different comments within the document. And then again, you would add those comments at the bottom, and then I would add those comments. So I hope that this is helpful to you. Again, it's really critical that we are completing these weekly reflections as you complete each week. So again, that you are able to be actively reflecting on your development and growth as a special education teacher, so that we're not having to retroactively, go back and reflect. Because again, that's defeating the purpose of this internship. So again, it's really important that the log and weekly reflection are completed on a weekly basis. So please do your best to get these weekly reflections from week 1 to week 5 to me as soon as possible, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help.